the tactician that I think is kind of singled out by the other side, right? I think Hallie loves going up against Blade because if you're an aspiring tactician, then you want to get a head-to-head as you have over top this squad. We'll see if tactics make the difference or whether it's headshots tonight. Donk's gonna go ahead and double down, clears out B-site on his own.
Look who's mad.
Yeah, right, and that's the thing. The real beast within Team Spirit, obviously Donk.
Yeah, if we pick two players, you know, individually, especially here on Dust 2, it's going to be Donk and Bit. But he'll always be known for his kills, and that's just what's important to the team. That's what they need. Blade talked about how you can't match up the players on NAVI, the players on Vitality, and he said, and even a team like Spirit. Sort of on the wrong side of mid. He's not in a bad spot, but JL's relying on mid not being threatened.
We'll see if Chopper can get into anything then. He's managed to walk out through those doors. They're just going to not clear this corner immediately. JL damn well makes the most of it. Won't be able to hold off mid, but luckily Bit sticks his head out through the doors and then turns back around. Can't manage the triple. Fully blind here, Shiro, in what feels like an insurmountable clutch attempt. Gets the window kill. He can play enough time. Whoa, Wonderful's going to chase him down, and he's not going to follow up with any additional kills, so that one's all he gets. Still, definitely has them scrambling. One of the key takeaways for me.
Actually, I might fight you on that because I agree. The adjustments in the end were, Okay, maybe we should talk about last round. Nice shot, Shiro.
If Navi think they can game plan a victory over Spirit, and you have to be able to stick to that game plan and those little tidbits of info that you have. You've also got to be able to stand the test of Donk.
This is a little different.
Problematic. We get this exchanging of positions here in CT. Zontix gets a reward as Emet and Chopper cross paths. That CT up to A hit with the triple on Catwalk. I feel like that one really sort of catches Navi off guard.
Two lurks, right? You don't actually see Spirit do that often. They often set play. Sometimes they go full B through tunnels a little too often in a map. They've been doing a lot more mid Bs, of course, but not often do you see them try to breach Cat and go up mid sometimes. If you think it's a long control setup, maybe you could poke your head out of the mid door. But now they're in jeopardy of actually not saving. 5 players coming at this B tunnels.
Now, okay, the pressure's starting to get cranked in this first map. Your guns are looking to get completely denied. Spirit are just swarming you. We'll see if JL can fight for it all. 2.5 kills to his name, but it's a double from those two. Zontix out middle, Donk off the Cat entry. Could all boil down to this Bit MP9. We've seen a lot of door play. Again, highlighted. These old mid to Bs.
All good.
Boys.
Hey, nades this round don't count.
Come on. And the MP9 strikes as they climb up. Bomb gets dropped in the center of that smoke because of it. Gonna waste no time there. Zontix knows it's important to collect it. Will do so as Donk tries to seize the moment inside of the A site. There's a USP. A push through the smoke gets caught. Just a bit of vision, all that Zontix needs to best Bit. And we get Donk very quickly carving a path forward to the A site, right? This is like that emergency protocol. Don't let things go from bad to worse. Sure, you lose your leader in middle, and Emet ends up winning a nice 5-7 duel down long, but now that USP gets killed up close. You've got Shiro, your classic closer for Team Spirit here inside site with teammates to work with. And it's always a good day when Donk is off to a 7-3 start, Shiro 7-1, and when the question comes back to Team Spirit as to who is number 3, well, it's Zontix so far tonight. Couple multi-frags in these last 2 rounds. Emet also gonna put multiple frags forward, but still cut out, and the conversions continue to be clean here for Team Spirit.
Doesn't look like they're doing this again, but they're just going for heavier map control, especially towards Cat.
Donk's on the corner. He's got 2 players.
The flash is not set up in lower yet.
Ooh, they just swing it dry. They kill Alexi along the wall. They come at this position strong off the pause.
This round's over.
Followed up with a ton of util. This is icing on the cake because Donk just wants something else to kill, and Navi simply want to avoid him here. Op shot rings out over top the ledge.
Oh, he's still looking.
Donk will happily continue to try to guarantee this round. Sure, bomb is down, but it's still Navi kind of sniffing out some sort of an opening, and all that's going to do is continue to feed Donk. He gets 3 kills on this round. He is up to double digits in the 7th of play. And then Chopper is going to go collect the 1 pinned against the wall. This is I think you said it, systematic dismantling.
That was
systematic dismantling again.
Yeah, you know what? They committed a lot of players, and the other part to me saying the round is done, they don't have any money, man. They came into that, lost their opening kill with their second player on site spotted, dropped into CT spawn. You're opping from CT spawn.
You know, if you had to ask people to list the top 5 teams in Counter-Strike at the moment, it's crazy that there's room for teams like Eternal Fire and Mongols, and not just one, but both.
Here's Evan B.
Stomped on by Chopper, floats his way down into the spawn. This FAMAS is going to have to be everything for Navi, and it starts off nicely.
All right.
Well done by Bit to get those 2. Shiro, ton of damage.
Hit low.
And Eman, 5-7 barrel to the back of Zontic's head. They've gone ahead to Swarm Spirit.
Oh, they can go CT.
Desert Eagle also looming, and the pistols start to connect quite nicely. Chopper, Mac 10, all he's got, and it looks like he's going to fall out for the USP out of nowhere off of a double kill from Bits. FAMAS in a 4v5, no less.
Falling.
If you're Spirit, you've already got Chopper falling down into spawn. He gets the opening kill. That round felt so par for the course, just like the 6 rounds you've already won. And then Bit turns it on its head, and this kill, I think, critical as well, because then you see those mid guys scramble.
I mean, it would have been wonderful holding 2 players down if JL doesn't catch him going back, but this is all about Bit, man. Everyone in this crowd has as many kills as Magic's, and you guys are winning too.
Ooh, well-timed flash, but they eat it back the other way. How did that end up? Couple flashbangers. Chopper's got one against the wall. Bit's not gonna get anything going, but Eman's content to slide back up from Catwalk, and the fact that the player behind him takes contact could maybe lead him to surprise them if there was anything for him to shoot at. It's within this same timing that Spirit go out long. They've already got onto the corner. Alexi B has to get up into the site and hope that JL can also bail him up from the CT spawn.
There he
but
is.
down Alexi goes. You called on him, he got his frag. Now better than everybody here. Donk planting bomb, hands busy, smoke covered here by Shiro, and this one looked good until that flash came out. JL was set up for the multi-frag, but they regained vision fast enough. And remember, Emet took all that damage early, so he's walking off towards top middle with such little health. Will catch Chopper, you think? Yeah, unsuspecting. That's fine. Zontix can still stick around and maybe find another kill for the exit. What this is Spirit's 7th round.
He won't peek this. I guess they must have exchanged glances at some point. But yeah, Spirit, go ahead, take this one too.
Blade saw something. And that's why we all respect his eye for Counter-Strike. Piece this team together. Fast B play here from Spirit. Gonna try to charge down the site while there's nothing in it. JL, content. He'll take his 2 from outside the doorway. Bit slips down through window fast.
There we go.
And that's a headshot to his name. Sprays into Zontix. You want the fight, you get it. Navi happy to hold. It has been one-off round wins this entire half, but that is a 3rd secured.
There might be something to be said, though, for calling rounds like this once in a while as an IGL, for your stamina, for your creativity. You get away with something like this, it's much less taxing on you, where you have to come up with an idea every single round. If everyone's complicated, everyone's constantly tired, everyone's working hard.
Utility's going to get him to turtle up over towards ramp. Takes a slightly wider angle from the boxes. But we've seen those sudden bursts out of Spirit off this Catwalk commitment. That 3-player run-up with Chopper kind of lurking out through mid doors. Is it going to be another one of those? Navi have to wonder. But they do want to take some real estate, and a missed chance for Wonderful is not ideal, clearly. You've got Alexi B still back on the site. Donk waits for the second wave of smokes, and then that M4 starts to spray through. Donk revealed, but sometimes when you expose him, he thrives. This time, he gets caught out. We've got an opening kill here for Navi in the 11th round. Critical juncture.
Utility's perfect right now. Spirit coming through. This Wonderful's losing chances.
This first half fizzling out for Navi.
They don't expand back to Cat fast enough. Let's see if Wonderful gets another opportunity, but they're specifically avoiding him.
Yeah, keeping their heads tucked just low enough. Still, he hasn't even seen a sliver. It is right there for the popping, but he hasn't pulled the trigger.
No,
and when he does, it will be a miss.
You gotta have those.
2 chances he could have had to strike members off of this play.
Oh, what a spot to be in.
Chopper out in the open. Gets a glimpse of Emat on the slight retake approach. First plays up from Alexi. He also doesn't collect his immediately. JL will find one finally.
Okay.
And then when the first one falls, they all do. Like dominoes in that post plant. Spirit evaporate.
That's a lot of fight out of Navi. I am shocked that they had this opportunity, especially after Lexi B hit. I think he ate part of the flash. It looked like it was also a CT flash when they were in position on the ramp. And Wonderful nearly missed generating this one opportunity, but that's Donk down, and you see what happens after that. Excellent.
Just go up in a puff of smoke.
Low pro this smoke out.
Waiting for the drop down from Emet.
Oh, he's late.
The flash.
They're swarming. They're swarming.
They're already up in the door. Luckily, the smoke will cover the guy towards tunnels. Donk's got him softened up. The backs are turned. Oh, and Donk snaps back to finish both meals. He had that player in the corner bit so low. Handles them both. Tech9 from Magix to the back of Emet. He is unable to help from CT spawn. And so a 4 versus 2 post plant here from Spirit. Lesser weapons on the brink of a round win.
Full kit of utility here for Wonderful. Last round of the half, make it happen.
Lexi B, slow on the approach. Shiro seems so certain that he's coming in. Could have been heard earlier.
It's a great spot to stand.
And then he's able to go add himself to the actual site defense. Wonderful gonna try to fluster the player back car. He burns him into the open. Zontix ends him, and with lesser guns, Spirit add one more to the tally. 8-4 on the half. Dust 2, not Navi's field day. You guys got to keep that wave going until the round's done. Flashback to Cluj. Donk.
No way he gets enough, right?
I don't think so, man. 25 bullets deep. Control. But then we do get this kind of follow forward.
Oh, they come
Here's
through?
Chopper.
No, the bomb.
Hold on.
Bit, you have that.
3 kills given over to Chopper. They're trying to jump through smoke. Headless chickens on an attempt to hit that A site.
That became a 2v2 for a second, and you know, the commitment there for Bit, you have to wonder if that made sense. He couldn't see anything.
Why were they so adamant?
It's very possible Bit just trades out Chopper. He has a full bullet of a chance, but he also has a teammate.
Wonderful could do it. Now he confirms they're both there, both with their gaze on that bomb, trying to hold him into this exact angle. Second player pops up. That's a good headshot. Still, though, Zontix stands. Chopper a bit further back. Gonna try to take up the engagement. Gun's getting low. Jumping shot? No. He'll try to still clear top ramp. He can't manage. And Spirit are gonna win off the pistol.
Shiro says, where's the love?
Magix can barely believe it. How did Chopper hold off on elbow? I do think, you know, there's a high trade potential for Bit to come out through this smoke, but Bit also kind of jumps around on the box.
Once he waited, he didn't have the opportunity. I agree, 100%.
Watch the second pathing.
But like, see how he tries to get through?
Yeah.
It's just that I think he thinks he's closer to the end of it than he is.
Feels like blood in the water kind of situation here for Donk. He lets them get ever closer. Nade in front of him. Donk gets tagged down to 40, but you've still got Shiro up on catwalk, so all's good. So many bodies here from Spirit to just make sure that pressure remains high. Ooh, wonderful. Okay. Double scout headshot, not bad.
That was cute.
Unfortunately, only comes through once all of his other teammates had been mopped up by Spirit at the bottom of middle. They were unable to unearth Donk from under the tunnels. And so, 10-4.
A bunch of games that they don't play Pit that often, and well, the site setup only gets more curdled. They're going to be squeezing for mid.
Good timing on the peak here from Wonderful, but he doesn't get the kill, man.
He just died to an MP9 from 500 meters away.
Yep. Luckily, it's a cleanup towards top middle. Zontix sees contact.
His help is late.
Oof. And Emet's quick. That'll help. Navi able to get one player into the site, and that player could damn well catch Donk off guard. It will. He senses the other two still over towards the car, but JL's positioning is what will make that difference. Bit making contact over from the long cross, and Navi will have some fight left in them. Good.
No kit here in this situation.
Round looked real bleak when Wonderful gets turned on, but that's the beauty of Dust 2 and the B site.
Man, that was actually a real smooth transition from that mid setup.
It's not every day you see Donk get caught off guard by somebody playing faster.
Yeah,
you know,
right,
he's always really
window.
got his finger on that pulse. I think that's why JL celebrates the kill afterwards. Let's see if Shiro, what? Can stop them. Like you said, you've got this Donk rifle in play. Scout makes it even more interesting, but on the fallback, Magic's P250 burned forward.
No.
Doesn't get his, but they are scrambling. Magic's no way! A second off of just the sidearm, and when Navi finally felt good, they get swept under the rug. It's a triple pistol from Magic's.
They called that last round a rounding error.
And that top-heavy star player formula that Team Spirit bring to the table, the clash of styles between these two teams, yet again, is reigning supreme in the opening map of this one.
This interaction is about to be interesting because Imma and Shiro are both staring at each other through the smoke. Oh, that's spotted. Great moment for Donk. And they're changing up into Kappa. Look at this set. How are you supposed to figure out the setup?
I don't think you do. What's left of Navi is going to come running up, still just scouring, looking for anything. You'd think Goose first, then the swing off box, and they might not get anything at all.
My goodness.
2 back-to-back sweeps of Navi put Spirit on 12.
Please tell me how you're supposed to figure that out. You lose one player mid-B. You think you rock the A setup at least a little bit for that death. Instead, they're playing Default and Goose. Oh, that's about as good as that nade can get. Now I know how to nade Hummer from there.
You team nade often?
No. I don't do it on purpose ever.
Oh.
Yeah.
Here it comes. Mid to B play. Donk at bat, ready to go. Quick door challenge, maybe. Alexi B's Tech 9 and Imez find what they need to. Gets a little awkward. Zontix with the fadeaway kill through onto JL's one thing, but you've lost your bomb site, boys. Zontix gonna get blindsided by the scout, so this one's wacky and weird, and that's kind of what has kept Navi in this first one. It is unfortunate, we'll call it, for Team Spirit.
A lot of ecos in this game, man. At least Navi's winning a couple now.
Feels more like a fever dream than anything possible, but last round was sudden, and they did it with less.
Shiro on the plate.
Looks like Chopper's gonna get flashed into it. No, not yet.
Getting late into the round now.
Yeah. Oh, he just tries to peek behind fire.
Saw him drop down.
Luckily, the Navi player. Okay. Chopper just the one. Imez able to get the trade, then fast entry. Third piece of this defense, though, will be uncontested from long. And because of that, Shiro keeps his head down, but he misses too. Wonderful, not the only one, which means that A site gets rocked. A double entry out from Ime.
Man, there was that one shot on the side of Default that Wonderful didn't hit, and then that one, I'm like, they both look so good. But as you say that, that's what keeps us out of a 2v2. He probably would have got traded out of there, at the very least. And now it's just for kills and saving guns here for Spirit. Navi and Spirit, chance going back and forth in the venue.
Yep. If only the Counter-Strike was this back and forth.
This round would change that. I think we'd start believing a little bit.
Finally being pieced together. Something that was so elusive for Navi in the first half was consecutive round wins.
Man. He got spotted, didn't he? Yo, what an approach. I can't believe he walked in like that. Full vision.
Nowadays, I can believe anything Donk does. Barrel to the head for JL. Comfortable looking 5 versus 3.
They'd be good at sourcing other options at the same time they lose frags.
Ooh, Zero's not going to miss, though. They walk right out of that smoke into the scope. He finds the leg shot onto Bit as well, and just when Navi started to feel like they had some kind of momentum going, we get this Donk flank turned around. Wonderful drops. His shot finally. If he lands that one, then maybe Bit could be the hero to keep them in map 1. 6 health to work with. Gets the first, but nothing more after the fact. Team Spirit will indeed sweep away Navi on their own map pick. Dust 2 has been a pain point for the Navi squad in their run to Lisbon. And in this quarterfinals, there will be no difference. They've got to turn it around in the next one, or this lopsided head-to-head just keeps avalanching Spirit's way.
And Navi shake back in that handshake by saying, yeah, we're picking Anubis. Something you wouldn't expect and something that we haven't proven.
Ooh, Alexi first blood. Shiro's gonna answer though. Des just said he is hella good at popping heads when they walk into the crosshair. Well, he offers us one in the pistol, only kills thus far for Spirit. But here comes Donk, and as per Donk's classic, he will not waste time. Instant headshot comes out from him. There's that flank out of Emet. It helps. JL's able to get the kill, then catches them off guard by going for the duel. It's a clutch attempt here for JL. He's got him up in front of him, but where exactly? That's the question. A little bit of space to work. Oh! Gets the better of him.
Hey.
And with a flick of the wrist, it's all too easy. Spirit back to winning ways.
It's always late, like the last scene of The Sopranos when you see Donk on your screen, man. Because everything's so much more expensive, it's really important for the CT side to feel like you have anything going, and for it to feel less lucky, for you to have more buy rounds, and therefore you need to streak. And I think that's why CS feels better that way.
Here comes a pop off the flash.
Wow, what a shot.
Yeah, they don't wait for any smokes to kind of pop up in heaven.
Well, what happens if he misses that shot, right? If he misses that shot, they scale, he can't peek again.
It's nice for them that that op is able to strike the first one down. We'll have MP9s in this bomb site. Donk able to come out for platform, keeps it as clean as needed in anticipation, spots the other bodies. Alexi's the only player to get a single kill for the side of NAVI, and you seem shook.
That was unbelievable from Donk. These spots only opened up by the fact that Chopper had info on mid for a second. Now Shiro has to move.
Wonderful's going to chuck those in through the window. We'll see if Zontix gets disrupted by them. No, fine, good to go. Strikes down the first and second with ease. Deeks denied. Zontix triple. All too easy. Wonderful comes in a bit late. He's got a bomb now to collect in front of him. But hang on, there's a little life left. Second kill out from Wonderful. Third contact versus Donk. Only 2 more kills to go. Only. But he misses his chance to kill Donk. Could have tried to immediately bomb plant. Come down to the wire. Regardless, Spirit sweep away what's left, and we go 4-0. Navi will try to continue their work on mid, but a missed Molotov.
Gonna be missing utility, man.
Shiro steps forward, but just on the edge.
Yeah, you'd never turn down that space.
Slides right up into it. Easy pickup for it. Incendiary ahead of him. Alexi could just lock into the cutout for the bridge drop. Donk gets active. Ooh, but jumps up, gets caught, and dropped down to 20 health. Now he's pinned into the corner. So they're able to capitalize on his aggression. And how much do they follow through with? Magix is spotted on back plat, sends shots through smoke, and collects Wonderful, knowing that there's another over there. He's bolstered by the rotation, and Emet's already revealed himself, but now they know about Bit. Pistol kills the second in. Here we go. That headshot machine, they call him. Oh, a second off the pistol. And it's a Chopper versus Alexi 1v1. Planting inside of the smoke, he's got the cover, and he's also got a massive health advantage. But he gets caught on the climb up, and it won't make a difference for him. Alexi fights for it, and it's Navi's first.
Navi get their first. Bit and Imma get their first kills of the map. No coincidence right there. Great trades out of Bit. I don't know if that served as some kind of pre-fire, but he gave that info away. You can't be missing that, man.
It's Wonderful. For the record, you gotta put your name on the homework. Chopper's gonna peek in. JL.
Oh, what? That was dirty.
Had already been softened up.
Oh, you gonna let him go? No.
Alexi able to get the better of it with the Galil. Not the easiest of kills, and
what does that tell Alexi? Because he could have gone camera.
Although it was mollied, maybe that's why he didn't. So I think it still just creates a bit of uncertainty. Is that where he wanted to go, or is that where he had to?
Connor's always rooting against the noob tube.
You know me. A real critic. Zontix, meanwhile, lets that mid player cross. It's not just the shotgun, but Donk's supporting it. And so the two of them now have a good amount of map control. Alexi's able to wrap around through the temple, so he knows how close rotate. Molly's burning, and we're going to go 4 players inside E-Box here for Spirit. Wonderful's bomb plant goes uncontested. Now, with the amount of control Alexi has, they're going to try to go carve further information out of this by at least taking a glance towards that CT spawn retake. Alexi B still allocated deep inside of the temple. Can't help but feel like the numbers here will catch them off. You can send the shotty out first. Oh, and he gets the headshot? Are you kidding? One shell out, and it's a blasted brain on the obelisk. Alexi shaves Shiro off sight. He clutched the last round, this time outnumbered, will not be able to do it again. The rifle work from Spirit just all too crisp. 5-1, and that curse that happened back on Dust 2 shows its face again. NAVI can't string rounds together.
No, they can't. The retake comes in entirely through. Man, it's wonderful twice. Chopper gets this kill. The thing is that NAVI actually post up for a push. I guess because the mollies missed, we saw the re-aggression from Shiro last round.
Pistols with a ton of utility here in round 7. What's the utility worth when you miss it, though?
Here's an interesting spot. We have nothing at all towards mid.
Yeah, what's with that gap? Chopper trying to just get ahead of the B play instead. I mean, to be honest, it's good position.
Yeah, that's right.
He's here well ahead of the execute. Fire on Magic's feet. Awkward with the shotty, but you can just pump shots out. Luckily for the T's, they get in, but they see that smoke for certain. And so every player dies. Of all the rounds for NAVI to come in,
no trades back at all.
Nothing.
That's JL up front. Yeah, let's
Zone.
dive the plant.
No kit here, so no surprises. NAVI find a second round win with much less. And honestly, those guns look good on them. Save a few rifles and an auto shotty for good measure. And it's eluded them here on Anubis as well. Perfect grenade. 70 damage for that one. Chopper takes the front. Starts to reposition. Zontix actually slides ahead of the fountain angle, and that's great.
Wow, he continues to spray.
Beautiful. He changes up his position just slightly. He had already performed a multi-frag from that position, and so he wants to freshen it up. Continues the spray down in anticipation and earns himself the multi-kill.
How often do you see that? Perfect read, prescience on exactly how those two would play off each other. And I think Alexi sees the kill feed and goes, how come you didn't trade that? You watch that from our perspective. That was absolutely perfect play out of Zontix. 2 rounds like that this half.
Now we've got this 2-player setup out in the window, so the wide swing comes from Donk, and the cleanup's all too easy.
Alexi was hoping with some of that early utility, they would have been shied away from mid, the action towards A site, but no.
To be honest, they did, but they just changed positions, right? Shiro freed up from bridge, instead goes into the A site where he closes. And we had that 4-player lean into A, but this continuation spray down from Zontix.
This is a masterclass. This is why, again, he went underrated as an anchor last year, just because he's such a specialist with it.
Yeah, so good on the CT side.
That's exactly what you need from an anchor, is finding those moments. No, they have the right utility, actually, because flashes are sort of the least important thing to use.
Wonderful on the angle. Oh!
He didn't even start. He didn't even move his crosshair yet.
Oh. Deleted.
Donk said best way to deal with your problems is early, and the bomb gets dropped towards Zontix.
Yeah, that is
towards Zontix around the corner.
That's it. That's the wind out of the sails of NAVI. Look at this. Scramble back from JL to try to grab it. Zontix changes up, goes for the high road, supported by the Opper, so the trade frag is perfect.
Perfect spot.
And now at this point, time will decide that this round belongs to Spirit.
Oh.
What a shot from Donk. I'll call it now. Replays, cue it up.
Yeah, man. 12 and 3
I want
off
it
of that.
slow-mo. I want it full speed.
I want it backwards.
I just, I'll watch it all day long.
I want a grayscale.
Okay, that's the limit. Doosh. Doosh.
Yeah, he was scoped. He was scoped. That was mental because, as you pointed out, they had problems versus E-Box in that same setup before.
Yep.
Oh, this push. Wait, the bomb.
No.
Is it the bomb? No, okay. Just had a lot of utility on him.
I'd say the difference between those
the
rounds,
shot.
though, is this time they actually peeked into E-Box, right? That's the slight change-up in the setup. Before you let all those pieces of util come down, you saw Chopper just try to drop smokes on platform as players are already emerging, and Donk gets deleted. Also, there wasn't an auto shotgun that time. But who's counting?
Yeah, Anubis is a tricky map. I think if they improve the B side a little bit more for CTs, it could become drastically CT favored, right? But at the moment, it does take plays like that to make the difference. That's why we see them win rounds.
Here we go. Smoke to get out onto JL. It's good pathing, and it works. JL just, again, blindsides him by sprinting up from E-Box. And I think that now we've got 3 examples of it. If the T's can catch you off and swing that hard, then hanging on while in sight, all the harder. If you take your fights to them, well, that is where Spirit have been able to thrive and hold that bomb site. So it looks like B will be the success for NAVI again. You catch Spirit off. Also, as well, that deep long smoke that lets you get up onto jail to dodge the threat of platform. That's how you clear players off of back obelisk. Seen it happen twice. CT's knocking on this bomb site, though. We'll see what the costs are in terms of racking it up on the exits. Shiro gonna make them chase him. It looks like Spirit are happy to keep their majority alive, but caught off guard by the timing. And just to reiterate, the one other map of NAVI of Anubis in 2025, very successful T-side versus Furia. That was an 8-4 score.
It's the only way that NAVI are able to find any success. Unfortunately, Spirit are playing some of their best CS right here on Anubis today, too.
Zontic's full white here, but supported by Chopper, who's gonna find first blood with ease. It's not as clean from Zontix, and there's no second frag out of Chopper either. So Ema and JL, same two guys that were able to jackknife an opening over on that B site 1 round prior, have done it again here in the 11th.
Yeah.
They change up the target, but they come away with the same success.
So it's the one time that Zontix doesn't want to play up on the pillar. At least they get these rounds. That's all they care about at this point.
Listen, man, I'm saying if you concede the loss, start poking their eyes out. Get as dirty as you have to. And it is real dirty. Only Alexi B hanging on here, hanging around, and he's denied it. They send everything at him to ensure that the costs remain high here for Navi. That's fine.
Not terrible.
Yeah, 6K on Ema, 5.9 on Alexi coming into the purchase.
Yeah, it's not perfect. They can get the op they want if they want it. Again, yeah, we're getting the overview of the utility, which is excellent because this is the whole story. Great exacts in the game plan here for Navi, at least. People don't really give enough credence to like one player, 7 maps, all the utility of tier 1 on both sides of each map. That's why you see Wonderful miss those mid-mollies.
Forced out Donk. That got the kill from jail. He got the first E-box around. Just the 5-7. You were just trying to avoid the biggest threats. The thing is, you can't avoid Donk when he's happy to run at you no matter where you go. You know he'd be on this bomb site, and that's where Shiro ends it. Again, just like on the first map, you finally have Spirit in a sketchy place, and they'll walk away with the final round of the half regardless.
With an 8-4 lead.
Team that claims they hate this map, and yet they have to play it. And yet they play it well.
Oh, man. Did he saw Dooley slipping around.
Did he?
That's wild, yeah.
A couple barrels shown.
Knows.
Wonderful reveals himself over on the bridge. Eman's gonna get flashed out. So what if Donk sees you? He will take down the second player on site. Where's Bomb? It's isolated here underneath Ema. He has earned the bomb control, and that could end up being critical.
Be careful.
Unless Donk and Shiro can pull off the 2v4 pistol. And I wouldn't believe as much if it wasn't Donk and Shiro side by side in this one.
If I'm Navi, I wonder if I would approach this way. If they're looking for fights. Oh, out back, be careful.
Yeah, Bit's gonna give it to him first from long. And that's Donk at bat. Here's the wide swing out from Temple. And too easy. 5th round found from Navi. Good on Ema to throw himself forward because we knew Donk saw him, which means Donk was coming for him, no doubt in my mind. Ema gets ahead of it. Bomb control wins this one.
Yeah, by the time Donk actually decided to step on the gas, he was already out of main. Flash came perfectly. Teammate who flash died, obviously, and Donk was just hoping at least one of my 2 teammates who is outside in main can get that trade, but no. He's sight wide open, man. This is crazy.
This layered mid defense, Pit busted. No trade instantly out from Shiro. JL trying to get into camera, and he gets nearly dropped on the way in. Tries to offer up util, but Zontix well ahead of it. And that is Zontix finding an eye for timing. Just great opening.
He's even so aware of like how low JL is off the spam, and I think Chopper calls it, and you know that the double mid setup, this is a risk. Navi knew it.
Damn, so confident in turning away Donk early from the E-box, but it's inside of A-site. They don't find success until the start of this retake. They at least sniff it out. Wonderful going down. Starts to limit your options here. No kit on the 2 remaining players. Shiro, keeps it.
He knows.
As clean as need be. In the moment that Spirit have guns in their hands, their lead is back to 3.
You know, you'll never see, I don't think you'll almost ever see Spirit forfeit the A-site like this. Obviously, the setup looks a lot better if they get the first kill on mid, because then maybe they get both, maybe there's no mid at all. But because Chopper gets this trade, super comfortable peeking out, even though his teammate
coming together to dismantle Navi round by round. And in this one with pistols, your hopes shouldn't be high for the defense, but we'll see if Donk oversteps a boundary here.
Yeah, he doesn't.
Upgraded pistols ready to rock him.
Cover this. He's not ready for it at all. Let's see if Alexi can get something.
He's also not alone. That's the thing. Second player up in E-Box, both backs turn, but Zontix times it. Doesn't matter. Desert Eagle connects for 2. Zontix and Magic's able to recover on the other side. So even though E-Box could not have gone worse, with each of those Deegs finding their intended targets, it is still Spirit with the emergency protocols.
Trying to venture out this far. Shiro comes and clearing this out early. I mean, this is a very slim defense. You take Thomas. At least this late smoke is something, but with a split coming in, I think they're going to be less scared of it.
It's also this passive positioning from Alexi finally starting to move forward here. He will find the first one off guard. Magix doesn't get the return frag. You've got Zontix catching Emet over towards B, so there's still some questions around as to which and where they'll go, but the bomb waits outside A at 15 on the clock. You've got JL inside of the smoke. They've got to wait this out. It's going to come down to the final 5. It's a double headshot from Shiro. They will sprint that bomb in and plant. No sweat on the brow of Donk as they burn that clock to the wire.
I mean, they knew that smoke came in 33 seconds. They actually did have time to wait that out. The fact that they get both kills, I mean, the fact that Shiro gets both kills.
I think that's one of those ones, if we see this from Shiro's perspective, feels like JL, unfortunately, just puts his head in the middle of his screen, right? Walking into, look at that swing. Boom. Well, not that Donk's not going to kill you.
Looks like he does. Actually, there's just the fact that Shiro gets the kill in the back. JL almost certainly dies to Donk. It's just great to see that they didn't run through that smoke. That could have been a moment where you look at Shiro or Spirit run out of time. But they honestly calculated that with time to spare.
Alexi almost caught out just by Donk's sheer aggression. You've got that pistol over on Jail. And Donk seems a little worried about it. He'll try to soften up Emat. Alexi draws a bit of attention. Pillar kill comes in, and now Donk's able to activate. Oh, missed shot! And Magic still keeping himself slim, gets the next peek right behind it, and can even disengage. He's got to, because the bomb is still back behind him, and it's a labored effort here from Bit, because he's gonna have to do this quietly, slowly approaching the flank. You're gonna get Magic still holding it, but that won't matter. Nice Deagle shot. We talked about it, we tried to hype him up. Shiro in a clutch. Ahead of the smoke, chucks the frag over towards Bit, who just goes running off to the hills.
What's he thinking right now? Shiro in a 1v2.
Dives back through. JL is not this close on sight. He still has that smoke on long, so there's no vision. And that confirms the position. JL firing off the op, and now Shiro disappears.
He gets to this is where his gray matter grows. He calculated because he saw that Bit actually ran away from this.
But for all they know, Shiro comes at this camera control. So now by the time they arrive with the kit on Bit, bomb at that halfway point, and Shiro's position still unknown. They try to put the smoke up on sight now. They figured him out. Bit still to 7 health. Shiro just trying to stay into the cover. It's an excellent first kill. And between him and JL, he'll play around the That is what he does! The closer! Over and over!
There's no one else you want in the 1-on-2.
He
just to wallbang default. That's what he was looking for.
Smoke them. Again, can only happen when his team puts him in those winnable positions. But by God, across the board, Chopper just cranks it into the instant headshot. Navi not even given a chance to catch their breath after a soul-crushing 1v2 lost. And in a battle of the CS2 major champions, Team Spirit will continue to put nothing but space between them. The struggles of Navi may not only be between themselves, because they're sure as hell between them and Team Spirit. This isn't close, and the head-to-head will remain this way every time it matters. This will end up being the lowest rating in Bit's career on LAN. Absolutely smothered.